This introduction will cover several topics. The first is about the new Roman Emperor Diocletian's reform and reconfiguration of the empire into a tetrarchy, a form of government where power is divided among 4 Augustus emperors. This resulted in mass executions of African Christians across all of North Africa so savage that Coptic Christians of Egypt designated the day of Diocletian's election as emperor as the beginning of the era of the Coptic martyrs. In his book, Diocletian and the Roman Recovery, Stephen Williams states that it was Africa that gave the West most of its martyrdoms. In her book, Vanished Cities of Northern Africa, Stuart Erskine describes the Roman attitude towards Christians of Africa like this, and I'll paraphrase: Romans took an appeasing attitude towards natives who welcomed Roman gods into their sanctuaries. This attitude was absent in all dealings with the so-called malicious sect of the African Christians, who were always persecuted and suppressed. The second topic covers what seemed to Christians like nothing short of a miracle. The 6 years from 305 AD through 310 AD was filled with retirement, illness, death, abdication, and infighting amongst the emperors of Rome's tetrarch. It ended with 2 profound changes of Rome's attitude towards Christians. The empire's attitude changed from hostility to neutrality, particularly for territories in today's Eastern Europe and Western Greece. A few years later, the empire's attitude changed from neutrality to friendly, thereby ending the persecution of Christians. Emperor Constantine made the motive clear. It was so that any god, Christian or Roman, would look favorably upon Rome's public welfare and security. So, this was no national repentance like in Nineveh, nor had Constantine made Christianity Rome's state religion. That would not happen for another 67 years. Then, there's a third topic about dissenting Christian congregations in Africa's northwest that eventually grew into a split within the Christian church in Africa. In 311 AD, they heavily protested the appointment of a bishop assigned to represent churches in their region, which included Numidia and Carthage, because when the bishop was a deacon, he participated in attacks against families and friends, visiting and bringing food to Christians imprisoned for their faith. He was accused of being pro-Rome, a traitor, and having been improperly ordained by a bishop, who they also accused of betraying Christians during persecution. Details about experiences of these African Christians can be found by clicking the link to the 7th of 11 videos, as well as in the book Surveying Christianity's African Roots, in the description below.